Good morning, everyone. In American literature since 1865. Uh, this is Dr. Myra Tatum Salcedo. I usually go by Dr. Salcedo or Professor Salcedo. And I am teaching this online course this semester. Um, Getting into the course, it may be a little bit confusing at first. The reason is a master course from Dr. Marlon Fick was rolled into my class, and I'm changing things up. Your task schedule is 100% correct. So you just need to follow that. And I will walk you through, um, try to walk you through week by week of what is due. Don't work too far ahead in the first few weeks because, as I said, I am revamping somebody else's course, and it's known as a master shell because everything in it has been approved. But I have other things approved, and I think there's way too much poetry in his course. He's a poet, he's published works, he's an expert in the field. Not my forte too much, so I like to have short stories, dystopian fiction, and things like that in the course. So I am putting in due dates and putting in the right, correct assignments. The first assignment on Walt Whitman, don't be too daunted if you have not had any poetry at all. It's rather advanced, but I put in the discussion board, you will not be tested on rhyme, meter, and things like that. It's pretty advanced. You can use them and look up words, and I put little videos in there for you to um, get things from other professors on YouTube to explain things in plain language that is not so sophisticated. You don't know what they're talking about, and I don't know what they're talking about sometimes. It's a doctoral thing. Uh, so first thing you need to do, I need to know, have a record of the person enrolled in the course with an ID card next to your face, and hold it up to the camera like that and take a selfie. This is my university ID card. You can use that. It's got a photo on it, so it's a photo ID. Um, you need to use a photo ID if you have a driver's license. Uh, After you take the photo, you can black out your address if you want. Nobody else will see the ID except for me. It's a requirement by our accrediting board, and so that we have this in our file and goes away after the course. I've never had to show anybody a picture of a student ID in 10 years, so but it's the law, so we have to do it. And as I was saying about the driver's license, um, I need to see your name and the expiration date in the license number. So don't block those out because I need to see that it's a current ID, form of ID, and the, that's why I need the expiration date. Uh, so you may have a passport, you may have a school ID. There's several different IDs that are acceptable that are photo IDs, and so you can get that done in any time this week. Sooner the better. It doesn't take that long. You need to get in and look at the course, even though I'm fixing it and adjusting things right now. Uh, the task schedule is what we will follow. There's two major papers in the course. One's due near the end. There is a midterm and a final exam, and I will give you study notes for those. So this week there's a lot of video lectures. on Walt Whitman, and you need to read Leaves of Grass, Song of Myself, and sections 1 through 6 in your Norton handbook. And hopefully you've got the textbooks. This is the latter one, the last one in the group. It's ninth edition Norton Anthology, and there's 3 volumes, and they make good doorstops. They're so heavy. I'm trying to get things consolidated so you don't have to get such heavy textbooks for this course. Uh, if you're a reader and a writer like me, you save your textbooks. I have one from junior high in my literature course, so I tend to save them, but they can be sold back to the bookstore or other places will buy them online when you're finished with them. But you really do need them because you will be quoting from them in the introductory notes because you cannot go to random sites, random websites like uh, poetry.org, uh, free essays, uh, spark notes, anything that analyzes the poem for you. You need to try and bring in your own unique ideas. There's no right or wrong answers in poetry, but there can be plagiarized uh, analyses. So you don't want to do that. You just try to think on your own and don't worry about how sophisticated some of the things are in the assignments. Walt Whitman and Emily Dickinson are probably the 2 most difficult, and they're right up front. Um, 2 most difficult poets to read. If you watch the Visions and Voices videos, those are the best. If you don't have time for all of them, watch the Voices and Visions. It describes their background, what influenced their writing, and context, background, what influences writing is important to know. And when you start the discussion board on Walt Whitman, it would be really great to quote some of his poetry in your initial post. So you, it will get you used to quoting poets. And I will have a lesson on just how to quote poetry because these videos get long and take a while to spool up. So for to get started today, look at discussion board 1, the introductions. You need to write an introduction uh, by Thursday. Yeah, by Thursday, and we need to respond to 2 separate students by Saturday night before midnight, and that's when the discussion boards close. So if you wait uh, until 5 minutes before midnight to post it. It may take too long to post in the timeout, and your paper will be late. Your discussion boards will be late. So don't wait until the last hour even of class to complete a discussion board because times are different with Canvas um, and maybe your computer. So don't do that. So yeah, do the introduction, do your ID, uh, read the syllabus, and it's very long. It tells you about certain assignments, papers, and discussion boards. And by Saturday, I have posted 2 responses to the discussion board to 2 fellow students. So that should get you started for this week. It's a lot of reading, not real writing intensive except for the discussion boards, which do weigh a bit into your grade. I am reconciling grade weights at the moment because I am exchanging, taking some out, and we will not have as many as the course has in there right now. So, uh, good to meet everybody, and I will try to find a time where you can meet the teacher and go live on what is known as Microsoft Teams. And you get invitations, but only through your UTPB email, not through Canvas, unfortunately. And Canvas is the go to for email. So get started. If you have questions, just shoot me a question. And I'm here today and Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I teach from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. So Tuesdays and Thursdays are best for me uh, for online courses. So don't be daunted. Don't stress about the first two discussion boards, Whitman and Dickinson. They are tough, but I have faith that everybody can come up and make some kind of fresh connection to a poem. So let's get started, and I will see you at the next video.